Okay, hi. This is me talking about the post, not the host. And this is gonna be spoilers because I wanted to talk about spoilers so bad. And the first one that I did, I didn't spoil it, so like thank goodness. But um, sorry for a second. I was like, where did I put my phone? And I'm literally filming with it. Anyways, um, so spoilers. Let's talk about this film. Honestly, Emma was my favorite. Emma and Caroline, because Caroline, her actress, she just reacted like nobody's. I mean, all of them did really well, but like Caroline, the fact that like she basically is like the first to be like scared, honestly, or like haunted because she's her attic. I literally texted my boyfriend, be like, "We're never getting a house with an attic or a basement. Cool, cool." Because I've seen too many scary movies where things happen in basements and attics, and I just don't want to deal with that. Like, no, no, no. And then in real life, people hiding, oh no, people hiding in attics. Well, I'm going, on a different tangent. But anyways, Caroline, she's just like so like you want to just be like protect her. Like I don't like these actors just did a great job in my eyes. Like they did a great job. Teddy, like literally Teddy disappears like 5 minutes in. He's just like bye. But I was like, why did he also get like ghosted? But it's because he started the seance. He later abandoned it, but he was already in it at the beginning. And I was like, ugh, because if he would have just gotten in later, nothing would have happened probably because, well, I don't know, but I don't think it would have. We never know if the seance lady, I don't know why we keep on calling her seance lady, if something happened to her because she was part of that seance. And like the phone, like, but disconnected. So like, did she also get affected by that? Like, I don't know. But like, talking about Emma, Emma's just my favorite because she looks so adorable with like her pigtails and all that stuff. She was genuinely, I was terrified for her. Like when she walks outside her like bedroom and the living room lights are just swaying, and she's just like, "What the heck is that?" And then when she sees like the face filters because she's been using them the whole entire call, and then when she smartly gets the flower and just starts throwing it everywhere, and then looks basically they pulled an Invisible Man with like the steps, and she's just like screaming, and then she hides under her blanket, and I'm like, girl, I would have done the same thing. And then what's her name, Radina, like the thing is they made each character very relatable and they made them human. So when at the beginning when they're like, oh yeah, she's like she roomed too early with her boyfriend, like they shouldn't have quarantined together, and they're kind of like, you know and then when you're paying, because you have to pay attention to like each screen, because in each thing something like subtle is happening and you don't know when that's gonna happen, so you're kind of just paying attention to each one. And I remember when Regina stands up to like go to the bathroom, you see in the background her boyfriend, hanged. And at first I thought it was the ghost or whatever they conjured, and it was her boyfriend, which she doesn't see until later when literally they did paranormal activity. But it was so well done. And the thing is, like I said in my first review, that each character was smart. Like Radina sees that man, she just books it. She's like, he's dead, I'm booking it out of here. And of course she doesn't make it outside, but that's her first reaction to get out of the apartment. Like smart, not like, hello, who's there? Like, no, I'm freaking myself out. But she doesn't do that. She's just like, we're leaving. Just like Emma's like, obviously when the front door is like being blocked, you're kind of like, I don't want to leave, so she hides, and then she like tries to like get out of the window, but she just ends up falling. I don't know if she fell or if the thing pushed her into like the table, but I was so sad when she died. I was like, no. Teddy was like the dumbest, not the character, just like the unluckiest man. Like this man, he has like and it felt so real because like he's obviously friends with the girls, and the girls are like his girlfriend who like sucks. And like apparently Caroline likes Teddy, um and the fact that Teddy and his girlfriend was just so like disrespectful with the seance lady, and this like left after they started the seance, and then when he came back, just like so unlucky for him to like immediately just, the ghost was like, or the makeup ghost or like whatever, is immediately like, hi, I'm here, and just destroys that man. I jumped so much when they showed the face twice. Oh my god. And I was like I said, I was covering my eyes. I was like, I don't want to see it, I don't want to see it. I was basically Emma when she's going like this and she's trying not to see anything. And it all boiled down because humans, man. You know, they tell Haley, obviously she's already being haunted at her house, like she already has something in her home, because we were seeing at the beginning she hears like knocks or stuff, and then things start to move, like she's already going through it. And so I think that's why she did the whole seance, to like see what was in her home. But obviously because Gemma couldn't take it seriously, because there's this lack of respect towards the unknown and towards the things that aren't, I guess, common, like, you know, seance lady, I don't know, I should look what her name is. What is her what is she? She's I'm just gonna keep calling, what is her name? What is her name? Ceylon seance lady, Ceylon. I don't know what she is, but a lot of people like take like witchcraft and all those things that are like religious things, and I just don't respect them, because they're like, oh, we don't believe that. But it's like, that you should be respectful. And people are the same with ghosts, and you see that in a lot of movies, the same premise of people goofing off and not respecting it, and then the ghosts or whatever get angry, right? And so in this one we see the same thing. Gemma plays this bad prank because she's like, nothing is happening, like it's boring. And so they're all pissed, especially Haley, because Haley's like, girl, I asked you like 5 times to be respectful. And then when they have to tell Ceylon, I'm so sorry, actress, that's actually her real name and I'm messing it up. When they had to tell her like, no, it was all fake, and she was like, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? And they basically conjured up something, because, you know, she faked a person in an event that wasn't actually real. And even though that is cliche in the sense, because like I said, in a lot of horror movies they do like that one person who isn't respectful and just like mocks the thing or breaks the rules, and so in this case it also happened. But it didn't feel like, oh, this again. It didn't have that feeling. It was like, you know, it felt genuine. It felt like an actual person. It felt real, honestly. And everything just went completely, like, I felt so bad for Caroline. And where was her dad? Like, they never showed him. Did he die or something? Well, I'm guessing, because if Radina's boyfriend died, I'm guessing her dad, Caroline's dad, died. And then you have poor Emma, like, hey, Gemma is like, I'm gonna book it, because apparently she lives close to Haley. And so Emma's like, please don't leave me alone, and Haley's like, you're gonna be fine. And I'm like, Gemma's like, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, she's not gonna be fine. And she like witnesses Teddy's, and the fact that, okay, this is why I give my props to Emma, the actress, because her reaction to seeing something so visceral, of seeing your friend on fire and being like haunted and things happening, and it wasn't this fake, like, oh, no, it was like, it felt like, I just want to reiterate that it felt so real, their reactions. Like, it felt like I stumbled on to like someone's Zoom call, and it was just so like, it really made me nervous and scared and like anxious. Like, I enjoyed it. I was like, it's such a fresh of, like, such a relief, like a fresh of breath air, when there's a horror movie or a scary movie that's actually scary, that actually puts thought into what's happening, and puts, you know, more than one personality trait into a character. It's not like, oh, she's a smart one and she's living. No, they all felt like real people, and they felt like friends. They all felt like they would bicker, and, you know, they felt friends. Like, they felt like they've been friends for a while. And like, I don't know how long they knew each other before they started, like, in real life, if the actors have met up before, if they just was like the first time that they, you know, because obviously they each did this film, like they each filmed themselves at home. But anyways, and the ending, oh jeez, Haley is so determined to just go. I mean, obviously she can also leave, because, you know, when Gemma arrives to her house and she, like, Gemma gets whacked in the face with a wine bottle and everything, just, again, paranormal activity, just, and so she finally finds Haley hiding in her room, and she's like, we need to get out, but their only door is where someone just moved the chair and was like, I'm here. Honestly, that part felt like Mama, when the dude has the camera and he's taking pictures and you can hear him. Scary. I'm like, I should not have watched that. I watched that at midnight, and I should not have watched it, but I did. And you know what? I recommend it. Like I said in my first review, I literally am telling everyone in my life to watch that movie because it was really good. And I feel like movies like this should get the recognition that they deserve. I heard that it was based on like a short like film, like a smaller film or short story. I'm sorry, I don't really know. And they basically offered the person who made it, if they had like, you know, if they had adapted it to like a film, and he was like, I did. And it was great. Honestly, it was great. Of course it's 50 minutes, so everything's very, even though it is fast paced, I don't know how, I don't know a lot about filming or like, you know, world building in that sense, or I guess it would be like screenwriting, because screenwriting is, I feel like, it's very difficult because you need to showcase everything in a very short amount of time. And I felt like I knew who these people were. I felt like I knew their relationship, the who they are and like as people, and it was only 50 minutes. So even though it is fast paced, because obviously things are kind of like progressing, it never felt like overwhelming in that sense. Because I've seen some movies where they're so slow and they're 2 hours, and I've seen some movies that are so like super fast and they're like an hour and 40, but everything is so fast that I do not know who anyone is. So this one was only like, I think it was 50 minutes. It did good, you know, and I hopefully kind of other scary movies kind of take this into consideration and go with it. You know, take the good of this film. And honestly, I'm pretty excited now what other people come up with this type of layout, with like the computer, like with what happened in Unfriended, the movie Searching, and this one. I kind of hope to see what, you know, because it's a pretty good, you know, way of, it's different, you know. I do wonder what would have happened if they would have had like a theater release. I think it would have done pretty well, honestly. But like, let's just, you know, hopefully Shudder like shows like statistics or whatever, but they probably will, honestly. So yeah, it's exclusively on Shudder. Hopefully like Netflix, you know, buys it for them or gets like things so people can also watch it more. So yeah, but watch it. I already gave my rating on the other video, but basically I gave it an 8 out of 10, I think. I don't want to overhype the movie, but I also don't want to undersell it. And I want to give like big props to the actors and, you know, people who had to, you know, insert the scary parts. I don't know how they did that, if that was like through like, because how do you like, you know, my brain is trying to like, anyways. Shout out to everyone who was involved in this movie. They did a really good job considering the circumstances, considering it was during COVID. It is during COVID, we're still in COVID, but you know what I mean. So yeah, bye. That was such a short, this was so like rushed, but yeah, I don't want to spend like too long on this whole video. So yeah, bye. Oh, before I go, if you have movies to recommend, horror movies, scary movies, tell me, I will watch them.